Going on tonight? I'm just sitting around. We're finishing up the crawfish from the night, and thought I'd do a quick live feed. And see that? Came right out. Tyler, we didn't have that many. Tyler chowed down and ate almost all of them. She did. She left me scraps. So I do get to have a few. Good thing I'm not that hungry. But if you can hear me, let me know. And there you go. Let me see. If you're on here, let me know you're on here. Let me check the feed on my phone, make sure it's going through all right. But let me know what y'all doing tonight. I'm doing crawfish. We're actually doing crawfish on the show on Sunday too. So let me see. All right, looks like we got 25 or so people in there.
Let me see.
John Smith. All right, cool.
Let me know you're on here. Feed on my phone, make sure
Well, you can hear me eating through that camera too. Sam Buffington. So it's a big delay. See, I can see. There they are. Now the comments just popped up. Kenny Franken, Sam Buffington, Bayou Rick, Jennifer Bates, John Smith. So look, I'm just kind of getting stuff ready for our launch of crawfish on Grillby's Foods. And we're going to be doing crawfish on Sunday, so everybody can kind of see, you know, how to do crawfish on their own. So you can have a crawfish bowl at your house, right? And so that's what we're going to be doing here Sunday. Excuse me. I got some people coming over and going to hang out. They're not going to get here till like towards the end of the feed, but I'm going to have one guy out here helping me during the whole feed. And I'm going to teach you guys all about crawfish. I'm going to show you, say like, that's the cooker that we're going to offer, right? And this is like an accessory. And I'm going to burn the Grill Beast logo in there. See, that's been burned in there with a branding iron. But I'm going to have another video show you how to start this thing and all that stuff. And actually what we're going to do Sunday is we're going to show you, like, if you were to get crawfish from us and we ship them to you, they'd be shipped overnight. So like you order them next week and then we'd ship them all out Thursday. You'd get them Friday. And you're going to see exactly everything that you would do from start to finish, from the time they get delivered, what you need to do to hold them to the next day, or even the day after that. You need to cook them up in like a day or two. You'll have your cooker all ready to go because you'll get that ahead of time. And yeah, it's going to be pretty simple. But what you guys doing tonight? Is anybody else eating crawfish tonight? Right? But yeah, Tyler ate. I was in the house taking care of some business, and Tyler out here, she chowed down, man. She, good thing I came out here because I might not have had any. But anyway, she ate so many, she got tired and went to bed. Denny Llewellyn, what's going on? David Kelso. Yeah. I actually told the kids it was the new paddle for the house. They didn't like that idea. Crawfish, if it ain't spicy, it ain't good. Now, these are pretty spicy. I like spicy, though. So, So, these have been sitting around while I was working. And, like I said, Tyler came out here and ate. So, these are already cold and everything, which cold crawfish are good, too. There you go. So somebody was doing a ribeye. I didn't catch the name though. Sorry. and my hands are all got crawfish all over them, so I don't want to touch the iPad. But Dan Churchill, what is going on, Dan? That was juicy. Oh, you like my haircut? Yeah, I do. I get my haircuts pretty short, but my hair grows so fast, I can get them cut like every 2 weeks. So, Ben Wilson, what's going on, man? Come on over, brother. We got plenty of crawfish to share. So next week, I'm going to be doing crawfish a bunch of different ways. So, like Sunday, we're going to have a crawfish bowl. So I'm going to show you guys how to have a crawfish bowl, like from getting it delivered, putting ice on it, holding it till the next day, purging them to make sure you don't have any mud or dirt inside the crawfish, starting to pot up, what seasonings to use, what seasonings not to use. We're going to teach you, like, there's some seasonings out there that are on the main market that you get pretty much in every grocery store that literally has so much salt in it that the manufacturer dyes the salt pink or red so you can't see the amount of salt that is. Meaning you're buying a big container and it's mostly salt. So, and I didn't even know that till recently. But so we're going to teach you about seasonings a little bit, teach you about crawfish a little bit, teach you about the pots, those things that you need, things that you really probably don't need, show you how to eat them. Like, I'm not doing them exactly right now. So, let me see, what do I got? So basically you break it in half, you suck the juice out of the head, because you get all that juice. Oh man, it's good. And then you basically pinch the tail. And all the meat comes out. And as you're sucking on it, juice comes out of there too. So they call it pinching tails and sucking heads, or sucking heads and pinching tails. All right. There you go. And that's how you do crawfish. So I actually did it wrong for many years. I would break it apart, and then I would peel it like this. I'd crush it like that, and then I'd peel it and peel the shell away from it. And it was really a pain in the butt to eat crawfish. But once somebody showed me the real way to do it, I mean, it's easy. You break it off. That's a nice juicy one. And then there you go. That easy. So it's actually a lot cleaner doing it that way. You can pile drive through a bunch of these when you learn how to do it. There you go. If you don't want your guests to eat too many, don't show them the right way to do it, right? So you can have the secret all to yourself, so that way they don't make pigs of themselves, because once they learn how to do it, they're going to tear it up. So, yeah, anyway. And then, Ronald Corbin, how's it going? So then, you also throw some corn on the cob in there. You cut them off like this, so they're little cobs. You throw potatoes in there. So the potato gets the flavoring. Sausage. You got mushrooms. You can put chicken necks in there. You can put all kinds of stuff in. Garlic, onion. And then you can eat all that stuff while you're eating the crawfish. So, the camera's too high. I got it lowered all the way down. I'm just sitting down. Oh, you mean you can't see the crawfish? Yeah. Well, in order for you to see that, I would have had to have the table a little bit too far away, and then I wouldn't be able to see the comments. So, Ben Wilson. Oh yeah, dude, blue crabs, man. Ben Wilson, I love blue crabs, and we're actually going to be doing blue crabs too, but this week is all about the crawfish. All right. So, but yeah, I love blue crabs, man. I grew up in Maryland, so even though I live in Louisiana, I grew up in Maryland. They have blue crabs there. They have blue crabs down here in Louisiana also. And I know, Ben, you're in, I think, North Carolina, and they have blue crabs there too, right? So, I'm not sure how you guys do them in North Carolina, though. You know, how you... I'm not sure what river these crawfish are from. So, I don't know. How you doing, Amy? Yeah, so we're going to do a crab week too. Well, we're going to boil up some crabs or steam up some crabs, either way. And then we're going to show you how to pick crabs, how to make crab cakes, and we're going to do that the same way, do like stuff with crab meat all week long. But this week, we're doing all crawfish stuff, and so I'm not sure what dishes we're going to do next week. I haven't decided. I know I'm going to do a crawfish roll, kind of like a lobster roll, right? Kind of like shrimp salad and all that, but you use crawfish tails. But yeah, anyway, that's what's up. Tomorrow morning, I was supposed to do it this morning. I showed up to the warehouse where we're going to get our crawfish from, and the truck wasn't there. I got there at 6:30 this morning. It took me an hour to get there. So I had to leave like 5:30, leave my house. And then I took, and I got there, and the truck wasn't there yet. I had other stuff to do, and they told me that tomorrow was the better day to go there and check out the truck unloading the crawfish. So tomorrow morning I'm going to be there. I'm going to get there like 6:30. The crawfish truck should be there right around 7, they said, Central Time. So I'm doing a live feed, and that way you can kind of see what happens when they bring the crawfish in. But it's not like coming in off the boat. I'm trying to get it to where I can go where they sort the crawfish, and so we can see it, like maybe coming off the boat, going into the house where they sort everything, or whatever it is. That way you can kind of see the whole process, how much work goes into doing these crawfish. Yeah, so you have different size crawfish. So like some of these, this is like a mix. You have some really big ones, and you have some, so like, let me see. Here's a decent size. Well, that's just the head. That's all that's left. But then it also has a couple small ones in there. You know what I mean? I don't know what the ratio is. Some of them are really, really, really big. But most of them are pretty just like average size, you know? Like this is, you know, a small one, but these small ones are good too. They got, they got a bunch of meat in them also. So, I see. So they're all Louisiana crawfish, all right? So like all the crawfish and crabs that we're going to do here, when we do live stuff, it's all from Louisiana, all right? But when we do the crab cakes, now we're getting crab meat directly from Maryland, and we're doing Maryland crab cakes when we do those. Like the other night when I did those crab cakes, they were Maryland crab cakes. Crab meat was from Maryland, everything, had it all sent in. And so that's what we're going to do here. Let me see. In a low country bowl with shrimp, crawdads, corn taters, and all the Florida Gulf fixins. And that was Ben. Oh, yeah, okay, Ben. Dan Olson. Okay, there you go. Benjamin, what's up? Make it hot sauce and hot dogs tomorrow. For the hot dogs tomorrow. You know what? Tomorrow, I'm not sure what I'm eating, honestly. 15 to 20 pounds per size. Oh, you mean what we're selling? We're going to do 15-pound sacks and 30-pound sacks. All right? So that way you get a choice. If you want a 30-pound sack, and you'll see what a 30-pound sack looks like on Thursday. On Sunday, because that's what I'm going to have, like a 30-pound sack. And that's like an average size sack. Most sacks, a full sack, is like 30, 35 pounds. You can get them bigger. You can get 100-pound sacks, 50-pound sacks. Let me see. The crawfish I've had was not as big as your pinky. Oh, then those are really tiny crawfish, Amanda. Matt finally caught it. There you go. All you got to do is stay persistent, Matt. Shannon Castle. Stuffed mushrooms with crawfish is good. Oh, you know what? I've never had crawfish stuffed mushrooms. Mosquitoes are starting to come out already. And here it is. Still March. I noticed that the other day I was out in the road. It was just at the edge of night. And mosquitoes were out. It's the first time I've seen them out this year. David, we're doing the bull on Sunday morning for Feast with the Beast, 10 o'clock Central Time. So if you guys want to share that information with as many groups or whatever is possible, that'd be great. We'd love to get as many people on this feed as we could. So 10 o'clock Central, we're doing Feast with the Beast. And I'm going to announce the next month's challenge too. So also this weekend is the weekend where we submit our kebab entries in the Grill Beast VIP. Remember, you're either a ninja or you're a grasshopper. All right, ninja, you know what a ninja is. Grasshopper, that's just the opposite, right? So whenever you post your picture in your description, tell us whether you want to be in the ninja group or the grasshopper group, because that's how you're going to be judged. Okay, so we don't want to judge you as a ninja if you're not a ninja. Okay, now if you put yourself in a ninja, it doesn't matter anything. You're going to be in the ninjas. All right. Don't forget to mention kebab challenge this weekend. Denny, you just read my mind, buddy. That's what I'm doing. This is, let's see, today's Thursday, right? Yeah, so you need to get your kebabs done. If you haven't done them already, you have till Sunday midnight, okay? So Friday midnight, Saturday, 12:01 a.m., you will be able to start submitting your kebabs all day Saturday, Saturday night, all day Sunday, all the way up till midnight Sunday night Central Time. And then that's it. Once that happens, I'm going to shut down the feed, and then I have all week to judge everybody and figure out who the winners are. And then, let me see, will there be a banner announcement? Yes, there will be a banner, just like always. In the top of the VIP group, there's a banner, like every group. And this one, that you click on the banner and you post your submission as a comment to the banner. Okay? But yeah. Bayou Rick doing mustard. Okay, yeah, so I don't know what Bayou Rick. Yeah, I don't know what that conversation is. I'm kind of new. How do I get in? Oh, so Mark. Can somebody put a link to Grill Beast VIP for Mark? So Mark can get in there and he can be in a challenge this weekend. All right. So I don't know what you mean, Shannon. I don't even know what that word is. Andrew Knox, what's up? Andrew Lee. I was afraid of that. So I don't know what Lee is afraid of. I don't know what that was. Let me see. Hey Gary, what's up? I'm just scrolling through the comments so I can see what I missed. We still have Alex. You still have snow on the ground, upstate New York. It's actually like a little bit chilly here tonight, but we've had beautiful weather the last few days. Probably at least the last week, and we've had tons of rain for the past month. I was able to finally cut my grass, or not me, the guy who cuts my grass. Finally, anyway. What's up, Joseph? Podco. How do you pronounce that? Podkawaka. I don't know. Am I saying that right? Yeah, so this Saturday, which is the 31st of March, we're doing our crawfish bowl, and we're going to teach everybody how to do a crawfish bowl, what seasons to use, what seasons not to use. We show you how to set the pot up, get the mortar in there. And I'll give you one tip right now. If you're doing crawfish, a sack of crawfish, 30-pound sack, takes about 10 gallons of water. All right? So that way you put the water in. You don't fill it up because you put the crawfish in there to overflow, right? So you put about 10 gallons of water in, and that should put you just about right. It takes, I think it's about a pound of seasoning for every 10 pounds of crawfish. I'm pretty sure I'm right on that. And I think that's also going to depend on the seasoning. What else? There was something else I was going to tell you too, and I can't remember what the heck it was. But whatever it is, you're going to learn it all on Sunday. Everything. So if you're tuned in, you will know how to do crawfish from start to finish. And then that video will be there anytime you ever want to go do crawfish. You can just go back to that video. It's going to stay on Facebook. We're going to end up putting it on our websites. And then you'll be able to do it, and you'll know how to do crawfish. Thank you, Jennifer. Nothing but sun for Jason. Jason, how you doing? So yeah, so it was kind of cool today. I had a cool day today. So I did a podcast interview with Smoking Hot Confessions. That dude, he's doing a U.S. tour, and he came to New Orleans. He drove out here to my house today. We spent a couple hours sitting down. An hour of that was the podcast, and the other part was just, kind of shooting the shit. How you doing, Eddie Hoare? What's up? Bill Brown, the links don't work. So, somebody might not have put the link in right. Let me see. So, Denny put it in. So, really, we need somebody with a desktop, I think, to put it in. Well, Jennifer. Oh, Jennifer. Jennifer, you put the VIP Grill Beast link in. It should be the VIP to the group, the Facebook group link. Okay. Shannon, $300 for 30 pounds. Who said that? Don't go putting numbers up there, because those numbers are not right. Let me see. But anyway, yeah. So when we ship them to you, we do ship them overnight. Okay, we got a couple different options that we're working on. We're working on a FedEx option, a UPS option, and a Southwest option. So we have to be TSA approved, and that is getting done right now. Whenever you do like Southwest and stuff like that, you have to be TSA approved as a company. So Lee Jensen, he lives in California. He spent over $200 to $300 for a 30-pound bag. Was that in California, Lee, or did you have them shipped in? Because you do have to think about, hey, there is an expense of shipping overnight, and it's a live animal, or whatever. So there's things that you have to do to make sure they stay alive, and listen, when you get a bag of crawfish, that's not just for one or two people. You're feeding a family, or you're doing a party. You know what I mean? So when somebody starts throwing numbers around like that, you got to take into account that you're feeding a bunch of people. And it kind of depends on the people. Like, if you're feeding people around here crawfish, you can figure each one of those people are going to eat a solid 5 pounds each. If you're feeding most people in other states, they're going to eat, say, 2 to 3 pounds, maybe. They usually don't eat near as much. So you could feed, theoretically, you could feed about 10 people on a 30-pound bag of crawfish. So you put that in perspective, and then you kind of see. Now, especially when you add in some potatoes, corn, some sausage, and you just pick that up at your local store and just throw that in the bowl with it, that also, and you spend like just a few bucks on that stuff. So, what else? We got a bunch of comments. Can't wait. Shout out to Akron. Shout out to Akron, Ohio. Rec. Combest. Combest? Something like that. Can't copy them or click them. Bill, somebody will help you, man. I promise. Let me see. Oh, Dan, I'm glad you said that. We're actually going to have Bloody Marys on Sunday, too. And there's a reason behind that. All right. I had them shipped in with 5 pounds of gator. So Lee had, and that's funny because we have gator also. Also, two each 5 pound bags of seasoning. So you did 10 pounds of seasoning for 30 pounds of crawfish. That's a lot of seasoning, man. Todd Kern was watching, but the Purdue game, a few seconds remaining. What's up? Yeah, crawfish, buddy. The crawfish are basically done, but I still got some heads. But yeah, we're going to be doing crawfish, in case you're just tuning in. We're going to be doing crawfish Sunday on Feast with the Beast. The whole process, everything, from cleaning them to getting the water boiling, putting the seasoning in, what kind of seasoning to use, what kind not to, how big of a pot you use. A little bit of a rule of thumb for pots. If you're doing 30 pounds of crawfish, you basically double that for the size of pot you need. So you need, I don't know, something fell over there. I don't know what it was. Excuse me. So you basically double that for the size of pot you need. So a 30-pound bag of crawfish, you need a good 60 quart pot. So like we're providing 70 quart pots because that'll take care of your 35 pound bag of crawfish. And that's a pretty standard size bag. Wait a minute. What came with the deal? It's what came. Oh, okay, Lee. Okay, it's what came with the deal. So that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool deal. All right. Hey, brother. Oh, what is going on? Phil Gambosia. What is going on? Crawdads just, yeah, right? Some crawdads just escaped. No, I don't have any live ones here right now. I'm going to have a sack of live ones here Saturday night, all ready for Sunday morning. So what happens is I'm going to get them. They're going to be in like a styrofoam cooler. I will make sure they stay nice and damp. I'll put maybe some ice packs on them and close them up just so to make sure they are just nice and healthy for the next day. It kind of puts them in a little bit at a dormant state. They need to stay nice and cool and damp. A 70 quart pot. So this is a 70 quart pot right here. Okay. So can you see this? Yeah, so this is a 70 quart pot. And then you have this that comes out of it. See this? It's got the holes in it and all that. So you dump your crawfish in here, and then you can lower it down in the pot. Do that. Put the lid on it. Bring it to a bowl, and you are set. You got the burner. We're going to have an option for you to get a paddle. It's going to have a Grill Beast brand on it. And I'm actually doing that by hand right here. Okay? It actually is a King Cooker oar that you use this to stir your pot of crawfish or whatever you're doing. And then so I just thought it'd be cool if we put that Grill Beast brand on there. But so yeah. Anyway, lost the video feed. Gamboa got it back. Oh, so the video feed disappeared? Oh, sorry about that, guys. I don't know if it was me or if it was Facebook acting up. So I gotta guard you so you don't escape. I'm probably not gonna see. What? I don't know what y'all are talking about. That is a nice pot. That's right. So yeah, we're gonna have all the prices, all that, all set up by Sunday. And it's going to be a whole different URL dedicated just for crawfish. All right. Only had Steven said he's only had crawfish one time. Remember, we are going to be doing a complete crawfish boil on Sunday. Sunday at 10 o'clock Central. I'm going to be out here, me and like this guy that I got coming out here. This guy's a pro. He has, I don't want to say how many he's done. I'm going to say he's done at least hundreds of crawfish bowls. He knows way more than probably I ever will about crawfish bowls. So that's why we have him coming out. Also, he has lots of knowledge about the seasonings that go into it, about what seasonings you don't want to use, because it's just basically some of those seasonings you buy in the stores and chain stores is just so much salt that literally the company dyes the salt red to match the other seasonings, so you can't tell how much salt. If they didn't do that, the seasoning would be almost all white. That's how much salt is in it. So they don't want people to know that, so they dye it red. And I thought that was really interesting. So we're going to have like some really cool information about that. And just the whole step-by-step process, right? And then I got people coming over. So then at the end of the crab boil, we're going to sit down and have us a crawfish party, right? Yes, we will sell you the unit also. Yes. So, right. So the reason I have this here is to show you today and tomorrow, and I might even do a live feed Saturday. And then, like, that's the pot we're going to be doing the crawfish in. Then that's the pot that we're going to be offering everybody, okay? So that way you can see exactly what you're going to get. You're going to see exactly how to use it. And, like, so that way when you get everything, there is, like, no doubt in your mind that you can do it, because we're showing you exactly step-by-step how to do it. And then that video is there so you can go back and reference if you want to watch it again and again and again. Or you can watch it, stop it, and just do each step-by-step thing, right? And so so we wanted to make sure we had the exact pot that we're going to be providing and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so please tell as many people as you want or as you can that we're going to have this crawfish bowl, and we're going to show everybody step-by-step how to do crawfish, Louisiana style, right? Let me see. Should use North Carolina blue crabs. So sweet. So, yeah, so blue crabs are nice and sweet. It all depends on how you cook them, on how they end up. But, yeah, so I don't know if you know this, Mark, but blue crabs come all down the East Coast, and they wrap around. They come around to Florida, and they come up into the Gulf. Okay, so so they're all along there, right? And like up north, as the wintertime comes, they just keep traveling down the coast, okay, because of the cold. And then as the warm weather comes back, they start traveling right back up the coast again. So crabs that come in season up the coast, and then like Maryland, where I grew up, I don't think crabs really go up past Maryland too much. I mean, I've lived in Massachusetts and all that. They didn't have blue crabs in Massachusetts. So 803 Columbia, South Carolina is watching. How you doing, Dion? Dave, can you buy and ship the bags of crawfish any time of the year? So I don't want to get this wrong. Crawfish season, and I don't know the times of the season, but there are certain crawfish you get during the season. Those are the best. And if I'm not mistaken, you can get live crawfish out of season, but I don't have enough information on that yet, and I don't want to give you false stuff. But like right now is the best time to get crawfish because they're in season, they're the biggest, they are the best, juiciest tasting, and that's going to last just for a few weeks, and then they're going to start dropping off. Okay, so like right now is really when you want to get your crawfish. Call for gang in the house. What's up, my man? See, how long does it take a blue crab from Maryland? So, Shannon, I have no idea how long it takes. Now, the blue crabs that are up in Maryland area, Now they don't come all the way down in the Gulf, so they move down to warmer waters for them, and then the blue crabs that are in North Carolina move down because to them the water is cold, so they just all shuffle down. I don't think like a Maryland blue crab actually ends up in the Gulf. But I don't know. I'm not a crab expert in that way. Softshell crabs. So do you know, Ronald? Softshell crabs are happen, and it's all based on the moon. Okay, so I don't know that there's a softshell crab season because the moon is what dictates and controls a crab shedding its shell. All right. The only reason I know that is because I had buddies as a kid. I had buddies that did softshell crabs, and they would have these homemade tanks at their house, just outside their house, and they'd have crabs in there. And as the moon became a full moon, the crabs would come out of their shell, and then you'd have to snag them up. Excuse me, right then. Let me see. Oh yeah, so right, and I guess like I'm talking about my buddies as a kid, they had their own little mini farm. So yeah, that is true. Let me see, Randy Porter, what's up? Let me see. I think I'm behind now. Mark Davies, what do you mean you're behind? Yeah, if you're talking about softshell crabs, Ben, I love softshell crabs. Now, depending on where you get softshell crabs, where they're prepared, where they're cooked, they are very different. So, like the way they do softshell crabs in Maryland, they're very crispy, and the batter is just crunchy, very crunchy. Down here in Louisiana, I was so disappointed. Like, I love Louisiana food, but Louisianans love sauce, like they do. I mean, most people that grew up down here that I know do love sauce. I went to a really nice restaurant one time, and it was for my then wife. It was her mother's birthday, and so we all went out to dinner. Really nice place, and they had softshell crab. I was excited, and so I ordered my softshell crab, and it came with all a bunch of other stuff, and they brought it to me. A nice crispy softshell crab. They put sauce on top of it. I was so disappointed. I was very irritated. I didn't realize that they did that. And so from there on out, anytime I order softshell crab, I'd ask them, do you put any sauce on it? If you did, I'd say, don't put sauce on mine. But even at that, it's whatever the batter is, it's not as crispy as like the batter we used in Maryland. So I don't know what the differences are, but it just wasn't the same. It was still good crab cake. It just wasn't as crispy. That's all. Let me see. The Gulf are the best. Same with mullet. Okay. Let me see. So Lee said he's seen softshell crab once. Dude, I'm telling you, get softshell crab. It is really good. Just make sure you tell them, don't put sauce on your softshell crab. That way, if you want sauce on it, you can put it on yourself. Louisiana softshell crabs are unbelievably not so good compared to Maryland. So I'm assuming you're talking about like the way it's cooked. Because the blue crab is the blue crab. You know what I mean? There's not I mean, I've had blue crabs here and I've had blue crabs in Maryland. You know what I've learned? So in Maryland, crabs are more valuable, okay? Because, Maryland is for crabs, right? So in Maryland, you get number ones. Like, they separate their males and their females. The males are worth more than the females. And then they have really big crabs in Maryland. So when I moved down to Louisiana, I found out it's the same blue crab. I mean, I've cooked them, I prepared them the same as I do in Maryland. They taste exactly the same. It's on whether you, like down here, they boil them with the spice, so it's a little bit different if you do it like that. But if you cook them like you cook them in Maryland, they're the same. But what I learned, I was like, well, where are all the number one crabs? You can't buy a number one crab in Louisiana. You just can't find them. You know why? Because they take the number ones and they ship them to Maryland because they can get more money for them. I don't know I'm assuming it's like that in North Carolina and all too. If it's hard for you to find a number one crab, it's because they ship all the number ones. Everybody, because you can get 10 times more money for a number one crab in Maryland than you can in Louisiana, North Carolina, or anywhere else. They're just worth more. Maryland preparation. I honestly like the way to do crabs Maryland style better than down here. Although I like the crabs down here. I like the way the crab bowls are, but I guess it's because of the way I grew up with doing Maryland crabs with Old Bay seasoning and all that. I just really like to have it that way. Now with crawfish, I love doing it with the bull way because that's the only way you know what I mean? That's the way to have it. That's male crab. That's male crab privilege. That's right. Crabs make you itch. Oh, you poor guy, Phil. Man, I feel bad for you, man. What are we cooking tonight? So, man, we were just having crawfish. But yeah. So, let me see what else. All right, look, let's see, we still got 37 people in here. I'm about ready to cut out, and I've been on here for about 41 minutes. I still have work to do, and I got to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. So I'm ready to wrap this up and go take care of everything so I can relax a little bit. So, Greg Coffer, what's up, man? We're ready to cut out. That's it. Unless anybody has any other questions right now, I'm cutting it off, and I'll see everybody. Tomorrow morning, I'm doing a feed at the warehouse where the crawfish come in. Now, it's not to where they sort them, but it's after they sort them, they put them in sacks, they throw them on a truck, and they bring it out, and this is where they distribute them at. Okay? Anyway, that's it. Peace out, everybody, and y'all have a good night.